Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Neha. I make video on tech and my life in the UK. Today I'm gonna talk about a question which came to me from different people, different platforms. The question was, am I a routine person? I'm gonna answer this question in short form, not short, in a single line. And after that, I'm gonna go deep dive into this. When I say deep dive, it means how I started following having a routine and what are the benefits I saw from having a routine. So if you are someone who wanted to get understand all the context behind this routine thing, you can keep watching it. Otherwise, once I will answer this question, you can drop. So the question is, am I a routine person? Yes, I try to be a routine person. When I say I try to be a routine person, it means I try my best to have, I do have a routine and I try to my best to follow it every day. But there are days where I missed out and I feel very guilty on that day. If you will ask me, I would say please have a routine for yourself. It brings a lot of clarity in your life. It helps to improve your health and it also gives you, the confidence. So, yes, I am a routine person. So, if you just wanted to know this answer, you can drop because after this, I'm going to talk more in detail about this. Okay. So, let's continue. Now, why I started with having a routine, or I always had a routine. To be honest, I never had a routine. I was never a routine person. When I was in school, my teachers used to give us the holiday homework that have a timetable for your summer vacation, and I never followed that. And I think when you are young, you never bother about these things. Once you started getting older, then you started understanding the importance of this. For me, the wake up call was not because I was getting older or something, but my wake up call was I was having too much caffeine, which is coffee. So it was pre COVID, and I used to have easily 8 to 10 mugs of coffee in a day. And I was able to see the negative impact of that on my health, my skin, my hair. My sleeping pattern was very bad because of that. I never used to go on bed on time. I used to wake up till 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. My dehydration was on very high level, and all these things somewhere was impacting my productivity also, and I was not happy at all. At that time, I got the hold of the book named Atomic Habits, which is very popular nowadays. In that, there was a rule, 1% rule. So I thought, let me start implementing this in my life. And at that time, this coffee thing I wanted to fix. So what I did was I started reducing my coffee consumption by 1% rule. So instead of having 10 mugs of coffee, I started with having 6 and so on. After a few months, I started saying that after 3 p.m. I'm not gonna have coffee, and I started looking for alternative like having warm water with mint or lime and so on. Now while I'm fixing my this coffee addiction, which took like months, and this is one thing I wanted to tell you very clearly. Do not do mistakes like, oh, from tomorrow onwards I'm gonna wake up at 4 a.m. If right now you are waking up 11 a.m., I'm sorry, my friend, it is impossible that tomorrow you will wake up at 4 a.m. So you need to give yourself, your body, some time, which means give some week, some month. Instead of saying that you will start waking at 4 a.m., what you can do is instead of 11, start waking up at 9, then 8, then 7, and then slowly do these changes. This is what I'm talking about, 1% rule, that every day you are pushing yourself 1% better. So same thing I did. Instead of saying I will quit coffee altogether, no, I started reducing the consumption of it. Now today where I'm standing is I don't take coffee, which means is, hold on, which means is I decide when I want to have coffee, which is a huge improvement. Now there are weeks, there are months I don't take coffee, and when I want to have coffee, I prefer to align towards green tea rather than having coffee. So these are the improvement happen, and it took years or months. Now in parallel to this, while I was working on my coffee consumption, my sleep pattern improved. So where I used to go on sleep by 3 a.m., 4 a.m., I started sleeping by 12, then 11, then 10, and as a result I started waking up early in the morning. So I used to wake up like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. So between 4 to 6 I used to wake up. Now, the thing was, when I was waking up early in the morning, what I used to do, I used to do social media, I used to do watch Netflix, and that's where my guilt actually kicked, that what I'm doing, I'm just wasting my time here. And because I was not having any routine, I was just waking up early in the morning and having no idea what shall I do with this time. I was again wasting it. And at that time, I stumbled upon a reel by Dr. Huberman. He has a YouTube channel. He's a doctor in Stanford. His channel is a gold mine. Go and watch it. It's all about neuroscience, our habits, productivity, and a lot of good things. So I stumbled upon his one of the video where he took talk about having a morning routine, and this is how I started having routine. He has like 7 6 things he talked about. I was not able to follow all things, but I did some modification to fit in my routine. So uh, wake up early in the morning, basically before sunrise, then have your salt water, mineral water, uh, do your stretching, yoga, go out, because our brain requires some morning sun rays which activate our neurons. I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrongly, you can watch his video for that. Basically, we need the morning sunlight, our brain needs morning sunlight. So he suggests go out, sit in the sun, and there are other things also. Cold water shower, do not take your caffeine up until like 4 to 5. Same goes with breakfast and all that. But what I did is I started using this morning routine. I started having my own routine. I used to wake up in the morning, early morning, 4 yeah, have my warm water or water with salt. Then I used to do meditation yoga for 30 minutes. And then at that time, I wanted to learn DSA. So I started utilizing that 1 hour in the morning before starting my office for learning DSA. And at that time, no laptop, no phone, basically no digital device should be touched. So that helped me. So I started learning from book, making paper notes, and this is how I get into my DSA learning routine. So if I will take a pause here because I want to relate few things here. First thing, it is like a domino effect. I wanted to just fix one problem in my life, which was coffee consumption. And what happened is my whole morning sleep pattern, everything got fixed, as well as my morning routine also came, as well as I was becoming a routine person, as well as I really wanted to learn TSA, and this is how I also started. I talk about in one of the video also about this. So if you will see, this is just like a domino effect. You fix one thing, and rest of the things will start bringing positive effect or impact in your life. Second thing is, if you are just doing things because someone is telling you, it is not gonna make sense. What you need to do is you need to understand your why also. For me, why I started, because I was not happy with my health because of the coffee consumption, and rest of the things follow. When I used to wake up early in the morning by 4 or 5, I was not doing anything. I was still doing those things like use on social media, watching Netflix, which is again a bad thing. So I started fixing that also. So your why should be very clear, why you want to do it. Okay. And there's a one question which keep coming back to me, how you do DSA with, or how you do time management. So this is also the answer of that question. Now what I'm going to answer. So what I did is I started learning DSA in the morning before starting my office. Now, how all this helped me? This actually gave me a lot of clarity that I have limited hours in my life, because by 10 p.m. I will be sleeping, and by 4 a.m. I will be up. So by 4 to 10, these are the hours which I only have. Out of these hours, I have 8 to 9 hours for my job, and my job is like this. If I when I started my office, if I cannot predict by what time I will be free in the evening. So I cannot learn anything, or I cannot commit doing anything after my office will start. So I only have morning time before my office will start to do something regularly. So that's why I picked my DSS slot in the morning time. So my routine become a very, very clear. Wake up at 4, do your yoga, then do DSA, then do your morning stuff, get ready, bath, breakfast, and all, start your office. Then by evening, I shut down my office. I go out for a walk to have a break, then make my dinner, watch some TV, watch some content, have some fun time. Then, if I want to read a book, or if I have the energy to do something else, I do that. And then by 10, I go to sleep. Now, this routine gave me the clarity how many hours I have. And in those hours, in those limited hours, what are the top priority things I want to do? Instead of doing 100 different things and not achieving any of that, why shouldn't I just focus on one or two things? And that's how my DSA thing also came. That's how I started learning AWS also. That's how I started getting the clarity that what are my top priorities? How shall I plan everything? So, having a routine is definitely gonna help you. Now, I am not gonna say that I'm a timetable person, uh, because there are days, I told you, there are days where I will miss this out, and I feel very guilty on that day. The reason is because now I'm so used to of time that i I want to do these things before my office start. I want to do these things once my office is done. That when I'm not achieving those, I feel very guilty about it, but it's fine, we are humans. So I try that it's okay if today I was not able to wake up on time because life comes in between. I'm not a robot. But what I try to do is that I don't try to make it my habit. So that's the one thing you need to keep repeating yourself. Now let's talk about weekend also. On weekend I don't plan anything because my body is in that auto mode that I wake up by myself. So I follow everything. Otherwise, what I do is, because there is no office, I used to go out, have some fun time, travels here and there, do some cycling or some stuff, or make YouTube videos. So yep, this is how I started. This is how I started with morning routine, then how morning routine helped me to have a routine of my life. And these are the positive things I saw. If you are someone in your early 20s or you're in your 20s, I would highly recommend you fix your health first. When you start reading about your health, understanding the patterns, you will understand that what are the things you need to fix. I can understand you if you will say, oh, we don't have any health issue. When you are young, you don't feel it, but once you start getting older, you will start seeing the impact of that. Now, one of the thing is, if you are very addicted to caffeine, I would suggest you reduce it. Have a proper sleep pattern. When you will be old, these things will help you out. I know that you must be very active physically, but what you should be doing is either do a 15 or 10 minutes of yoga stretching, or whatever the sports you love, do that, but be physically active. We are engineers, we sit so many hours in front of our system that we ignore our health. When you get started getting older, you will start having a lot of issues. And like now, I regret why I didn't these things in my 20s. So yeah, I don't want you to feel that this way. So have a routine. Find out your why you wanted to do. Have a routine and try to stick to that. The change is not going to happen in a day or a week or a month. You need to give a lot of time for your bad habits to fix. So, yep, I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any comments, anything, please let me know in the comment section and I would try my best to reply to you. Till then, take care. Bye.